Hare Krishna, dear devotees. This lecture is last event of Sankirtana Festival 2022-2023. Sankirtana Yagya Ki Jai. I cannot speak German at all. What kind of language useful in this audience? English, quite good. Okay, good. Okay. Idea is we need to start our discussion of Sankirtana Lila of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by verse of Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 13 and text number 31. Need to chant a special mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, Sanskrit. Okay. Yada bhuta prithag bhavam, yada bhuta prithag bhavam, ekastam anupashyati, tata eva cha vistaram, brahma sampadyate tada. Nayate yada bhuta prithag bhavam, ekastam anupashyati, tata eva cha vistaram, brahma sampadyate tada. Yada bhuta prithag bhavam, ekastam anupashyati, tata eva cha vistaram, brahma sampadyate tada. Please. Tata eva cha vistaram, brahma sampadyate tada. Yada bhuta prithag bhavam, ekastam anupashyati, tata eva cha vistaram, brahma sampadyate tada. Translation. When an sensible man chooses to see different identities due to different material bodies, and he sees how beings are expanded everywhere, he attains to the Brahman conception. Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada. When one can see that the various bodies of living entities arise due to the different desires of individual soul and do not actually belong to the soul itself, one actually sees. In the material conception of life, we find someone a demigod, someone a human being, a dog, a cat, etc. This is material vision, not actual vision. This material differentiation is due to a material conception of life. After the destruction of the material body, the spirit soul is one. One spirit soul, due to contact with material nature, get different types of bodies. When one can see this, he attains spiritual vision. Thus, being free from differentiation like man, animal, big, low, etc. One becomes purified in his consciousness and able to develop Krishna consciousness in his spiritual identity. How he then sees things will be explained in the next verse. End of commentary. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Amagyana Timiranasya Ginanjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langete Girim Yatkri Patamaham Vande Shri Guru Jintaranam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Peshtaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nichinamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, it is the end, small tale of wonderful Sankirtana festival, and we will discuss Sankirtana Lila of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and we will discuss Brahmacharya Ashrama, because today is a very wonderful day. Prabhu accepted saffron robes of Brahmachari. Hare Krishna. Wonderful. I start with topic of Brahmacharya Ashrama, if you are not opposed. Okay. So very short, and after that, Sankirtana Lila. I heard lecture of one quite young sannyasi. He's preaching, and maybe he's GBC in Kerala, in India. I forgot Bhakti Vinoda Thakur Swami. Maybe it's like this, his name. And he gave lecture in Mayapur, in main temple of ISKCON in India, in Bengali, in the bank of Ganga river. It was in a hall of Shishirada Madhava, Ashtasaki Gopi. And during his lecture, he said, I was in one temple, and Brahmachari came to me, one Brahmachari, and he said his life, and he said, for me very, very difficult to be Brahmachari. Please give me some instructions. And I gave him some instructions. After half an hour, one young Grihastha came and said, I am Grihastha. It is very, very difficult to be Grihastha. Please give me instruction how to act. And all audience started to applaud, because it is very difficult to be in any ashrama in Kali Yuga. One after one, Brahmachari and Grihastha. I have difficulties, any, because it is Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga, we need to be focused. And it is explanation of this sannyasi. And my GBC from the first part of 19th is Bhakti Vaibhava Maharaj. Even now my GBC in one country, Baltic country. And he gave lecture for Brahmachari, especially for Brahmachari. In Kiev temple, in ashrama was maybe 50 Brahmacharis. And class for Brahmacharis was very important thing. To explain how to be Brahmachari and inspire Brahmachari in his own ashrama, their own ashrama. And he explained how to be Brahmachari. I can say it, it's acceptable. Okay, he said, Brahmachari need to be very happy. Brahmachari need to be, he need to have straight back constantly. And have very loud voice, like this, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And immediately, and Maharaj said, Brahmachari need to have one idea in mind, one idea. By this reason, need to be with straight back, need to be open and funny like a child. And he said, and need to say very loudly. Brahmachari need to say loudly. And he said to him, he start to describe one brahmachari nearby. He said his back is very like this, and his voice is not so light. Like this or like that? I don't know. Like this. And he's not smiling, he's not funny. And a lot of ideas in his mind. In this situation, impossible to be brahmachari. Need to be focused, need to be happy, need to have one idea in head, and need to be use straight back. And he said, I trained my translator, and now his back is straight, and his voice is loud. He can speak without mic, like this, and he is very happy constantly. Yes, it is possible to see who are brahmachari, who are not, by your eyes, and by ears. Oh, it's brahmachari. Oh, it's interesting. Yeah, brahmachari is a very focused person. It is instruction of Bhaktivinoda Maharaj. Bhaktivinoda Maharaj, he is very serious. Example: how to be open in mind and heart like brahmachari and have one idea in head, in mind. The same example of Bhaktivinoda Maharaj. He was brahmachari. I don't know. It was maybe in 80s. And he started to distribute books in the streets. Not in airport, not in office, in the street. He started to distribute Prabhupada's books in streets. And he was not big expert in book distribution, but have big desire to distribute. And he went to street and addressed to some person in street and said, I am from monastery, I am monarch, and we have tradition to distribute our scriptures. Please be attentive. Now I start my presentation to you. But unfortunately, I am only new volunteer, and my presentation may be not so good. But it is acceptable or not? And this man said, yes, acceptable, why not? Yeah, maybe you are new, no problem. Yeah. Go forward. Start, please. And Bhaktivinoda Maharaj made presentation. This is Bhagavad Gita, this is Bhagavatam, it is Science of Self-Realization, all books. And finally he asked this person, what about my presentation, good or not so? And person said, not so. And Maharaj asked, but you will take these scriptures? Yes, I will take, no problem. But please be trained and do better. Okay, yes, please take, yes. Very open, very open. I am not expert, but our tradition, I need to address to you, sorry. My presentation will not so brilliant. It is acceptable for you? Yes, openly. Why not? Brahmachari? No. Some secret in the back side of his consciousness. No, one thing. It is brahmachari. It is book distribution. We address the person openly. And person will take books. Why not? Usually myself, my experience, I use Brahmanical style of book distribution. What is this Brahmanical style? I address to person and show some books and explain meaning of these books, explain philosophy in these books. This is Bhagavad Gita about 4 types of yoga, about reincarnation, about free gunas, material nature, this influence of material nature for us, different types of religion. Openly, very in very friend mood, I say something about this book. Some short, I don't know, quintessence. If person want to, you need to see very attentively to the person. If this person, for whom I am addressing now, for example, is seeing for myself, my body, I need to speak about myself. If this person is seeing to the books, need to say about something about books, because he's interested about books. If no fixed, I don't know, seeing point of his eyes, need to speak about himself. Need to follow his desire. Don't push to the people. It's very easy. If these people have no fixed point of eyes, need to ask, you are from this town or you are coming from some another place? You have some friends here or you are alone? Some questions. Yeah, if about books, yes, it's a very interesting book. Yeah, it's the best book from all set. Maybe it's Bhagavad Gita. Yes, about myself. We are students from spiritual college. Yes, and we have today festival. We are distributing books here. Yeah, festival. Please join. It is very good fortune. It's Brahmanical distribution. Brahmanical. You said about books without some techniques and need to see to the face, to the eyes of person. It's very easy. If this eyes, he put eyes to books, need to say about books. If he put eyes to myself, need to say about myself. Yes, I follow all these books and I'm very happy. It's very practical. No focusing of the eyes. Say about this person. How are you? I hope good. Yes, your face is very intelligent. Yeah, or you need to start to glorify some things, some details of this person. Very good car, nice shoes. Yeah, your glasses wonderful. Your German is brilliant. Like something it is, and no problems. After some minutes, we will have some connection with people. And we usually spiritual soul has desire to serve Krishna, to have these books. Need to help this spiritual soul. One my friend, his style is very interesting. He is distributing in flats and houses. And his idea, this person, owner of this flat or house, in some conflict with Krishna. Krishna now, in this book, for example, in Bhagavad Gita, this is Krishna insight in literature form. And need to destroy conflict between Krishna and this person. Need to help to have relationships or restart relationships. And what is the strategy? Need to glorify these books, Krishna, for this person. It is a very good book. God is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the best friend, like this. And need to glorify this person for Krishna. Please, Krishna, be merciful to them, to this person, to this family. Please go to this house. Like this. Oh yes, very wonderful house. Yeah, you are very kind person. Yeah, very good. I don't know, flowers near the exit. Yeah, it's for Krishna. It's for Krishna. Krishna, it's good person. Go, like this. It's very personal type of distribution. It's mood inside. I can say one very interesting story. It was in Germany, maybe 8 or 10 years ago, I forgot exactly. book distributor was Dayal Gauranga, not Dayal Govinda, Dayal Gauranga Prabhu. He was brahmachari and he was a temple president of Munich temple. And he was quite good distributor. Not less 50 books in one day, usually 2-3 hours. And he distributed in December, in the end of December, nearby Christmas, maybe 24, I don't know, some. He wrote in internet, Jesus Christ is distributing books of Srila Prabhupada. It was topic. Jesus Christ is distributing books of Prabhupada. Oh, very interesting. He was in one corner of Munich. It was in evening. Darkness started to be, and some lamps was some small street and quite dark, and some lamps. And in this quite strange street, Dayal Gauranga Prabhu met with a group of young boys, maybe 8 or 10 boys. And they was not so peaceful boys. It was in this part of Munich was not so peaceful place, and they started to stay surround Dayal Gauranga Prabhu. It was quite danger. He had big rucksack, bag with books, and some books was in his hands. And these boys are starting to ask, what is this? What kind of books you have? And Dayal Gauranga Prabhu said, oh yes, it is some scriptures, spiritual books, it's about reincarnation, about God. And boys said, okay, yes, we can take this book. Yes, but for donation, you need to do some donation. Okay, we start to take some money, but this money was not enough for these books. They started to take 3 books. But Dayal Gauranga had a desire to go away from this group. And he started to understand, I had extra donations during distribution. Okay, some is enough. Okay, you can take 3 books. And he took some donation and go quite fast, go away. And he, after, I don't know, 30 meters, he turned back and he saw these boys started to stay under the lamp and started to see what inside of these books, started to read. And he started to think, it is danger, maybe they will not very happy by the content of these books. And he started to, maybe not run, but he started to go very fast. And after 1 minute he started to see back, and all these boys are running for him. Oh, Krishna, it was a very dangerous, very dark street. Nobody in this street, and these boys, and he had this bag with, very heavy bag with books, and he cannot run. And finally he starts to stay under the lamp next and wait to these boys. And boys came and started to stay surround of Dayal Gauranga Prabhu. And one boy said, our priest in some Christian community explained us last week how to understand the desire of Jesus Christ. Need to, in some group, ask some question for Jesus Christ and meditate very with open heart, and answer will come. So interesting. Okay, and they said, we are reading these books, we read these books and asked Jesus Christ, it is true or false? Jesus Christ said, it is true. We need to take another books. Give us more. Oh, yes, I have, but he started to think, oh yeah, they gave for very small level of donations. And he said, it was, for beginning, I gave you for very small level of donation, but actually need to give more. And they said, no problem. And they took all back, with all books. And after then, Gauranga came back to the temple and wrote on the internet, Jesus Christ is distributing books of Prabhupada. Jesus Christ in Marathon too. Wow. Yeah, it's a real story of Munich. Yes, it is true. One devotee was in Soviet Union in Soviet time. In that time, was very dangerous to have Bhagavad Gita, and quite danger to have Bible, even Bible, Christian Bible. And but it was one big city in USSR, maybe 1.5 million population, citizens, quite big, like Munich. And in this big city was only one Christian church opened with all, I don't know, rituals and preaching. And this devotee sometimes visited this temple because it is a unique temple. Sometimes he prayed to Lord Gauranga and Lord Krishna and saw to some Christian pictures. It is the same God, yes. And one time he saw very, very old, very, very old, maybe 80 years old monk, very, very old, and he was quite high level in Christianity, and all local priests was very respect with this special guest. And this guest was only 2-3 days, and this devotee heard his speech, quite intelligent, quite deep realizations. And next day, this devotee put his Bhagavad Gita inside of his court and came to this temple and give this Bhagavad Gita to this monk, Christian monk, old Christian monk, and said, it is secret book. Don't show even for some priests, but start to read some pages. Tomorrow I will come in morning, and very interesting your feedback. Don't show this Bhagavad Gita, don't show. Okay, next day he came, and he found this old monk, the same place. He sat on the chair and cried. And devotees was so surprised. What happens? Where is my book? Did you start to read? And this monk said, it is real words of the Lord. It's absolutely wonderful book. Absolutely, it's absolutely truth from first word till end word, final word. It is words of the Lord. Maybe you have another. Devotee said, no, it's unique, my. And this old monarch said, unfortunately today I need to go from this place. Maybe it is special mercy of Supreme Personality of Godhead. I had possibility some hour to read this book. And he said, you are very fortunate, take it, keep it, it's very good. Yeah, it's real. There is administrators of Christianity in any religions, and there is a priests, it's like Brahmanical persons. And Brahmanical persons in different religions are very happy to read Bhagavad Gita of Srila Prabhupada. They understand who are Prabhupada and what is it Bhagavad Gita. They can understand. They cannot say about this in temples or churches or I don't know where, but they have right understanding. It is good. Book distribution. What to say? Maybe you have some questions or topics because we have 20 minutes and... okay, I can explain what is the influence of Prabhupada's books to ordinary persons, materialistic persons, if you want. One my god brothers, Bhaktivedanta Sadhu Swami, he preached in one city, in a university, and he introduced very good, very successful Bhagavad Gita of Prabhupada to professors of this college, of this university. And they accepted Bhagavad Gita, professors accepted Bhagavad Gita, and put the material of Bhagavad Gita in the student books. In some topic, need to write some essays, and in the list of the book for this topic, there is a Bhagavad Gita of Srila Prabhupada. And some pages need to read verses and commentaries, purports of Prabhupada. Yes, it is idea. And these professors inform this, my god brother, about now its topic of where the Bhagavad Gita of Prabhupada is present. Yes, and Maharaj started to look for or not supervise the process of reading Prabhupada's books. He is sitting near the library, near the exit, and he saw to the faces of students. Normal student, no enthusiasm, no very not so bright eyes, no ideas, go. After reading, and he went to the library together with students and start to supervise the changing of the face. Okay, now the student asked library worker, I need Acharya Bhaktivedanta Swami Bhagavad Gita. Yes, this, it's for you. Student opened some pages and started to read. And very interesting. Face started to change. Like, I don't know, sun manifested. First time some absent of understanding, what is it? And after then, contact with Prabhupada, and eyes started to be very bright, and face started to be very peaceful and happy. And this person started to be in consciousness, in Krishna consciousness, by reading. And after that he gave back this Bhagavad Gita and go out from library, and behaviors absolutely another, absolutely different. Very, very clear consciousness, bright eyes, and like devotee. It's influence. We can distribute book, not only giving books. We can distribute by putting Prabhupada's books in the list for essays of students, for example. And they need to, their duty is to read Prabhupada's books. Possible some minutes or some days we read. It is good, it is distribution of the book too. Okay, we need to distribute books, and main idea, need to meditate to this. Need to meditate. We need to cultivate desire to distribute books. For example, maybe it's in Taiwan. Taiwan, it's near the China. Government strictly prohibited book distribution in streets, Prabhupada's books. But devotee had very high level desire to distribute, and they organized some tables with box for donations and a lot of books, different books of Prabhupada. In some, I don't know, big centers or train stations and airports, some place of big number of people. Some tables, very bright books, and some announcement. Spiritual scriptures, please put your donation to this box. Approximately, we ask you like this book like this, and some list, small list. Because Maha big and small like this. And results is not less than with book distributor. That's interesting. Because it is question of desire, high level of desire of some Vaishnava. If some person will meditate, Srila Prabhupada explained. He asked his devotees in 70s, he said, Paramatma situated in the any heart. Yes, Prabhupada. In India, all people are devotees of Lord Krishna. Yes, Prabhupada. Owner of the money or flat and stealer, boss are devotees. Yes, Prabhupada. And owner wants to keep his money, and stealer wants to take this money. And both devotees and both are praying to Super Soul. What will result? Surprise, no understanding. And the disciples asked Prabhupada, and what will result, Prabhupada? Srila Prabhupada said, which desire of what person is higher? For Paramatma is absolutely have no privilege, this or that desire. If desire of honor to keep more higher than desire of stealer, honor will keep this money. If desire of stealer is more intensive than desire of honor to keep, Super Soul organized, money went away. The same situation, Prabhupada said, if your desire to distribute this book to this person is more intensive than his desire to keep money or reject this, but you yourself and books, this person will take this book. It will activity of Paramatma. Srila Niranjana Swami, my guru, said, one time he is distributing airport together with Pragosh Prabhu, disciple of Srila Prabhupada. And Pragosh Prabhu had so high intensive desire to give books. And he gave book to the person and said, please give donation, take this book. And this person was very happy. Opened person said, I have feeling I need to do this. Please take this $10. thank you for books. And Prabhu said, I want to give you second book. Please take it. And this person took one more, $10, and said, thank you. And he said, I am very happy. I have feeling I need to do this. And Niranjana Maharaj was so surprised. Oh, influence of Paramatma. This person absolutely happy. And he gave $20 for 2 books. And Prabhu only asked, please take this book and give donation. It is question of our desire. Our desire. And if we have high-level desire to distribute and very strict limitation, you cannot do this. No problem. Our desire will distribute our books from tables without distributors. It is reality of our movement. One my god brother, he was champion, all world champion. I forgot in 2000s, maybe 2 or 5, I forgot. He was the best in book distribution in all world. I met with him and he said, now I did not attack person with books. I am only staying near the I don't know, some tube or some way of the people, and I show book. No words, like table. I have book in my hand, and pray to Krishna. I pray to Krishna, and people are coming to me, and ask, what is it? What kind of book you have? Please read. It's for donation, yes. How I can do this? As you wish. Some small, maybe €5. And my god brother said, no, your heart is bigger, not €5. Give from the heart. And he put back €5 and give €20, like this. No, he said, now I stopped to speak with people. Only prayer. Please, Krishna, distribute this book. A result absolutely the same. 1 year devotees tried to explain me this, but I was unable to hear. But now I finish my aggressive book distribution. I pray and show books and the same results. It is practice of book distribution. Meditation. One very good devotee, now he has left his body. He is disciple of Bhakti Vaibhava Swami. 15 years he distributed books, and the number of books was the same, absolutely the same, 15 years, without changing. It is meditation. His meditation. The constant meditation. And last year, devotee asked him, say something. And he took mic and said, it was classical marathon. And all start to applaud because 15 years is the same number of books. It is very interesting. Good brahmachari is very fixed mind. Not more, not less. Okay, it's some words about it is interesting and so on. Understandable, yes? Maybe some of you need to say something.
Oh, we have here. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. I have one question, if you allow, regarding the point, the desire.
Yeah.
And you mentioned especially this point which also Prabhupada said, that our desire must be, our desire that the person will take the book must be stronger, greater than the desire of the person to, out of any excuse, say, I don't need it, or whatever. Yes. And I thought about this point just recently, and maybe you can go into this kind of realization of mine in this regard, because we might ask, how can we increase this desire? Mm-hmm. And at that point, I thought, this desire actually is only possible, or is based on the fact that you like the person. You have to like the other person and to understand, if the person does not take the book, this person will continue to suffer, or will even suffer more. Mm-hmm. So, but because I like this person, I have this great desire that please take it. Yeah. So then my question is, how can we cultivate it on practical in the streets, talking face to face to people, that we have this feeling of, I like this person, is a part of Krishna, and please, because I like you, you must take it. Yeah. That's my great desire. Yeah. Can you say something about this?
This desire about taking books from people is internal desire, inside of heart. Externally, behavior have maybe in different styles, according to character of people. This, my god brother, was Krishna. He was a military man. He was in special, I don't know, special military, but I don't know, my English not good. SWAT. Like this, he was like this. And his behavior was quite aggressive because he was military man. It was very interesting. It was in Kiev. He was some years he was in Ukraine, and leader of Sankirtana, Vraja Kishore, Prabhu, he was military commander before Krishna consciousness. And this, my god brother, both of these two devotees, both my god brothers. And this young distributor came to this commander, leader of Sankirtana. And leader of Sankirtana said, have you desire to distribute books? If yes, I will help you. Yes, I have. You need to understand what kind of books and how many. I need to train to distribute you in one day. Your answer? Maha big 50. Okay. Maha big 50. Good. I trained you. I will train you. Okay, follow my instructions. First day he gave him 50 Krishna, some papers, welcome to the temple, Hare Krishna mantra, like this. Flyers, some flyers, 50 flyers. Go to street and give 50 flyers. After 1 week or 2 weeks, he said, okay, need to change. Now you good in flyers. During 1 hour, you can, with compassion, give these flyers. Okay, next, Shisha Upanishad. 50 Shisha Upanishad. You need to distribute 4 small donation. That's not so expensive book. Yes, 50 Isha Upanishad. Yes, and he started to give 50 Isha Upanishad. After 1 week, he started to do this 2 hours for 50 Isha Upanishad. And he cultivates this desire. You want to distribute, please pray for Krishna, oh Prabhupada, give me possibility to give these books. After then, Science of Self-Realization, big book. And after then, Bhagavatam. After half of year, he started to distribute 50 big books every day by supervising and inspiration with leader of Sankirtana department. And this Sankirtana department, he sometimes distributed, but idea he was in meditation. Meditation to this person, to this person. He wasn't praying constantly. And we need this special person, leader, or some senior devotee for meditation. We need to ask Krishna, please, like this. One time, it was in the beginning of 90s, was two friend brahmacharis from Moscow temple. They distribute one in Moscow. It is Europe part of Russian Federation, and a second in Tyumen. Tyumen, it is Asian part in Siberia. It's, I don't know, 3 hours by plane. It is long distance. The same result. Different one book. Difference one book. And I start to think, why this and that, the same results? And my understanding was because leader of Sankirtana Moscow temple was able to manifest only this number. It is result of his meditation, of leader meditation. And this good two brahmacharis can materialize all this mercy of Krishna. All mercy was materialized. The same result. Main distributor, leader Sankirtana, Imaraj Prabhu ki jai. He meditate. He did not go to the Sankirtana. He meditate. And his team of book distributors manifested this meditation. It was interesting. Difference one, I forgot how many thousands of the books, or 3 or 4, I forgot result, but was absolutely the same result. Different continents, but the same temple, the same leader of Sankirtana. It is main idea. You understand? Book distributor, it is good, but need to have a leader for meditation. And book distributor will manifest this meditation. You understand? Special meditation. At least one person need to have mercy of Krishna. It is my understanding. It is understanding of USA or USSR school of Sankirtana. Need to be meditation. Yeah. Final story. My spiritual master Niranjana Swami was leader of Sankirtana school in USSR in 80s. It was after disappearance of Prabhupada, and was very, very famous book distributor in his temples in that moment. And GBC of USA organized small marathon, 3 days marathon, or 1 day marathon, I forgot. And the best book distributor will be able to have jumper of Prabhupada, personal jumper of Prabhupada. And it was in some in some zone of USA, and all distributors were new students in school of Sankirtana of Niranjana Swami, and this wonderful book distributor. And this book distributor have no idea about somebody will better than myself. No idea. He was, for him, young boys, oh no, I will honor of this jumper of Prabhupada. And they started immediately after japa at 6 o'clock, all. And one boy, Bhakta Jack, was so intensive in desire to have this jumper of Prabhupada. And Niranjana Swami said, I will help you. I will move you by my car. Please be intensive, be intensive. And gradually, maybe 10 brahmacharis was in this small temple. Gradually, one after another came back to the temple, and all write results in some paper. And last, maybe in 10 o'clock, was this big distributor. He came last in the end and wrote his number of the books. It was the best from all list. And he said, okay, it was a good day. Tomorrow I will have jumper of Prabhupada. And he went to his room for rest. But Niranjana Swami said, I came to the room of Bhakta Jack, and Niranjana Swami said, I saw results of this book distributors is bigger, but not so big difference. And he came to the room of this Bhakta Jack and said, Bhakta Jack, your result is not the best. This book distributor better you for 150 maybe books. And after 2 seconds, Bhakta Jack ran by the steps to the exit of the temple for continuing. And Niranjana Swami said, okay, and put him to this car. And where started, it is in the evening, no people. We are starting to find people. Where are people? No people. And finally, very big center, a lot of people. And this Bhakta Jack jumped from the car with books, and he was absolutely out of Krishna, respectfulness. He started to stay on the knees and ask, please take these books, please take, why? Why not? Wonderful, wonderful. And he distributed 2 hours from 10 to middle of the night. And final, his desired result was the biggest. And after then, Bhakta Jack started to sleep without consciousness. Very tired, was very tired. In the morning, this big book distributor wake up in morning and with very happy mood came to this list and started to see, and asked Niranjana Swami, what happens? This is another number. This number is bigger than myself, but I saw in 10 o'clock, I was last, and my result was the biggest. And Niranjana Maharaj said, but he continued to distribute after 9, after 10. What happens? The day is not finished. Like this, and this was big debates and big conflict between Niranjana Swami and this big distributor. Maharaj said, this distributor started to run, started to try to take me. I started to run away, and we are running around the table. But finally, okay. Finally, okay, yes. And Niranjana Swami was that person he said, I will not distribute, but I will help my boys. And he gave inspiration to this Bhakta Jack. Jack, her result is not the best, but difference is quite small. You can continue, Jack, like this. It is very important, leader of Sankirtana. Yeah. Okay, sorry, our time is finishing. Thank you for Shri Nrsimhadev Bhagavan Ki Jai. Thank you for wonderful Sankirtana festival. We can distribute as we want, and our leader will meditate for mercy of Krishna. And Jesus Christ is distributing Prabhupada's books. Very well. Thank you very much. Shri Prahlad Singha ki jai. Shri Simhacha ki jai. Sorry for my English.